against the Harbor Viper, potentially. And already Sadak is playing solo A, while the rest of his team goes walkabouts. This should be expected from NRG. Loud love to do this despite the map. It doesn't even matter.
They're walking about, you're right.
Dude, they've got control.
They've walked about so far that they're currently standing on the spike. And I don't know how NRG are going to equalize this.
There's one player left on this side of the map.
Yeah, they're going to take they're going to take some space on site, or at least attempt to, but they still haven't grabbed the prized possession. They still haven't grabbed what they're looking for. They still don't have a spike.
What is going on? I mean, they're just walking randomly, aimlessly around the map right now, hoping to find one gap.
Grenade!
Nades traded.
A need to find the space, and this round has gone horrendously sideways for NRG.
And that actually becomes all 3 pistols now for Loud. NRG have been great at pistol rounds throughout playoffs. Part of the reason why they made such a good lower bracket run. Remember that initial game against EG in playoffs? Lost or won every single pistol, but still lost the series. If they're not having that big toolkit within the scoreline, things could get really bad real fast. And again, nice TP here for Sadak. One peek top truck, instantly gets down.
Oh, he stays. He doesn't even teleport out.
Oh, and they broke it with the nade.
He's really persistent. And he's going to have a shot at a second. Victor's so weak here. Pulls the teleport back. And Victor has tucked. Meanwhile, NRG are going to attempt to find space elsewhere on the map, and they can't. Everything has been so labored these few rounds. At least on the side of NRG for Loud, it's looked as easy as possible.
No matter where they went there.
Yeah.
Same like on the pistol round, no matter where they went, they were running into somebody unexpectedly. Loud. Again, another bonus opportunity. They've won one. That's what catapulted them towards that lead, on a sense. Towards a 3-round lead to close out the game. That sort of thing can swing and snowball real fast. NRG's attack sides on Bind have been really good. Probably because not only of the burst potential of the composition, but also just because it's slightly off meta. I said cutting edge. They found a way to work the Harbor on this map.
You see, they tried to set up Sadak there for an aggressive peek early down long. He took a ton of damage for it. That damage has been finished off. Sadak's down. Finally an opener for NRG. Now they're going to have a chance to split on here. Less. It's going to have a lot to deal with, a lot to do. Meanwhile, you see where Tui's is set up here. He knows that he's able to hold this space if they try to flip through teleporter, but the Trailblazers going to see him running and tuck and tail.
Look at, yeah. I mean, Tui's is positioned all the way up bathroom too. It's funny, if he got TP'd on, he's in a little bit of a weird spot. But now he's hard controlling bathroom, which is a key way to retake on this A site.
Unless Crashies can do something about it, but he doesn't seem to be interested in feeling that out at all.
And for Crashies, there's no way you expect this flank this fast.
No, Tui's finding the timing, finding the opening, creeping his way forward.
He might actually wait now for Osbox, who's reclearing sand.
Step by step, there it is. There's the swing and there's the kill. Imagine a moment of frustration for Crashies, but NRG still with the shot here. Attempting to stabilize the round, but Kawantin continues to be the thorn in their side. And Tui's still healthy.
There's a barely missed molly for Sam.
Oh, he still took some damage. They're gonna bonus him again. Can Artis win this 1v2? They're so weak, no!
Something needs to be done to stop these bonuses, and something needs to be said about Tui's and his movement. Well, just a Spectre there takes down Crashies after the double step. And he stepped up big on Ascent.
Enemy remaining.
Again, so clean. Ospas and Tui's just combining there. You saw the patience from Tui's to wait for Ospas to slow clear back through sand. And even with all that slow clear, there's plenty of time. 3 stingers bought. Victor only 1 satchel here, so they're gonna try to take bathroom control against Sadak's Phantom.
He just got the second. Yeah, it does seem like perhaps off of a flash from Crashies. No, they actually decide to go careful.
He loves the box to double satchel out there.
Nothing found.
And there's one of those really, really good TPs that Sadak has.
This is so, I mean, this is so clean from Loud. Not only does Sadak get 2 at the opener and then gets away, stays alive, gets another, but Kawanzin also trailblazer through teleporter to apply more pressure on the pinch outside of Showers.
Sam wants to TP here, and for good reason. He picked up that Phantom. With the high tide still up, he's able to do that for free. The second Cascade used too. Now Finesse is going to try to lurk in on the other side. But this is classic NRG against Loud.
It is.
Loud has seen this so many times.
And you see they even have Les who's still playing back B to confirm that that's not where the hit was going, that the teleport was a fake, and that they can keep attention on A. Sam, did he spot ahead? The tiniest of pixels. And this is doable now.
Player standing.
Can Tui's win it out on his own, though? Sam is weak. He's gonna have to put the spike down. It's a challenge. And Tui's wins it out again.
Again, perfect round from Tui's. He's literally a pixel away from actually exposing himself there to Sam when peeking through that harbor high tide. And as soon as he confirms that spike is really going down, Sam doesn't move past. He goes for the wide swing. Again, this from Sadak. Something that NRG is going to... Oh, that's disgusting. Something that NRG is going to have to consider later and later in this game is where these TPs are going and how you can use Victor's speed to be able to punish him.
Remember the last time we saw Loud play this comp on this map? The whole conversation was around poor Sadak. Poor guy can't get a kill. They're not challenging him, right? It felt like he was just like a bot, right? Who was just kind of like AFK for the majority of the map, not able to play, begging for any kill that he could get. He's currently leading his team in kills.
Yeah. And honestly, it was until he got his ult online to get that, and he already has it now in the 5th round.
Yeah.
That changes things. That changes how you have to approach the map as NRG. Oftentimes, you would actually go against Sadak playing Chamber. Yeah, let's go challenge him, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, absolutely.
he doesn't have the level of skill that we do, right?
He's not that guy.
That's what the players think.
Exactly.
And that's what the call is. And Finesse is definitely somebody to try to target down players. But here now, has a tour de force, and there's no way you go against a Chamber with that. Yeah, it's mad slow, but... Okay, double satchel is going to come in here from Victor. Top of his box. He doesn't have that brim stim. But either way, there's not going to be anybody there to actually find.
You got to be careful here because it may look like A is weak, but Loud has 4 by Octagon. If they feel a lot of pressure in Showers, they can pounce very quickly.
Yeah, actually might be a counter call specifically against this double satchel down.
They just push down long.
They're making so much noise, though. Artist actually has full information, and you see how he tucks just away, not showing himself. Loud think that they're completely unchecked right now.
Very well done. Sadak, remember the op. You heard it at the beginning of the round. In a position to make a play. But is there going to be enough to dissuade? Given the utility, the flash, the wall, the nade. Yeah, he's got to get out. Really nothing to punish right now either.
Planted.
A 5v5 retake on the site. Given the flanks. It's just so much to deal with. Now they're going to have Seekers. They have Showstopper. They're going to have to go forward with 2. And Victor's not able to get it off. The fuse is extinguished. And now the orbital strike. Sadak taking a little friendly fire there, but staying alive.
Artist on the flank.
Oh, but a 1v5? A 1v4 now, and Sadak's not even concerned with the kill. Just get the defuse, just take the round, and just continue to snowball.
That is a monster round from Sadak there. Denied the raise ult in his face, and then they ult where that slow field is.
I suggest you move.
Catch one of the NRG players back into it, even if it was team damage onto Sadak.
One enemy
That
remaining.
kill from Crashies, or onto Crashies right there, is because of that pressure from Sadak and the kill from the tour de force.
Very good call.
5-0.
On their best map.
There's a reason why, even if Loud was losing maps here and there, this team continued to look so scary throughout the regular season. The only team to beat them was NRG up to this point.
Sadak playing a dangerous game around that util.
They just went for the same triple push down long, by the way. And so once again, they're abusing the fact that there's no sentinel on the side of NRG.
Yeah, that there's no true trip. The trip has now become finesse.
I mean, Aspas has been on this flank like 3 rounds so far.
And he may have an opportunity to deal some more damage. Artist and finesse. Tasked with holding the line. Aspas looking for one. Up that close! And it's traded 1 for 1. Crashy's falling. Artist is still in a position to make a play here.
They smoked Kawanzine off right now.
He may try to res and then make a play, but Spike is ticking away. Time is short. Loud now going forward. It's just a tap.
Oh, this.
There's the res. Sam holding him back, going into the smoke, getting the kill. NRG finally stopped the drought.
That judge from Victor is lurking right into the smokes that they're trying to use to defuse the spike themselves, and there's absolutely no chance there for Loud to come back in, and they have finally put 2 players on that flank hold. Artist in a very safe position, finesse as well.
One enemy remaining.
And it gives all the time for that retake to be really, really considered.
Right there.
They have swapped now the setup quite significantly. 3 players starting over towards A. This allows Sadak to go for this TP in bathroom that we saw a few rounds ago.
It also allows him to play around the Viper Wall. The last time he held this line, it was the Viper Wall from B that did not go through Teleporter. But a minor adaptation to provide a little bit more cover to Sadak.
Harbor wall to scale. Cascade goes through the window, actually. No, it doesn't. Unless under pressure now. They do have Aspas joining the fray.
And just silence across the map.
Finesse is trying to get up so they can then activate his wall, activate the orb. But the thing is, that trip is covering. That trip is active for Sadak. He actually came back slightly to make sure it comes back up. You just heard the noise. Dog to get Finesse up into position, and they do spot the trip.
Just at the right time, too. They clear it out, and this is just intended to draw attention and draw eyes. Look at where the spike is. Everything else from NRG is towards B.
30 seconds left.
It's just finesse on a solo mission. But what can he really do? Meanwhile, they know the hit is on B now. Victor tried dashing his way forward off of Sam's utility. He's not able to find an opening, and they're going to flip the map. But there's nowhere for them to go. Finesse died A, too.
Ooh.
That's a huge opening, but Aspas is still here. They still have a lot of
10
numbers.
seconds left. One
Can he
enemy
delay?
remaining.
Can he deny? Yes, he can!
So labored on that approach from NRG. They're the ones who are supposed to be able to slow things down with the Harbor on their side, with the Sage on their side.
Still go.
But coming through Hookah here, again, you're right.
Left.
This pull
One enemy remaining.
for Finesse to get up on the lurk is to insert him into laps and also call rotates over. But they didn't pressure enough on B to have less. Down with the fuel. He had full fuel on his Viper Wall, drops the Molly, and they just went through.
Attack side up, traded right back. A 1 for 1. There's both big weapons still in play. Now they have the Viper's Pit that they're going to try to play around. And a Trailblazer, again, Loud, using utility to just deny so much space, but then also get info.
And this smoke, it's not going to allow Sadak. Actually, it just fell. Sadak can now break this dog. The wall comes up, though, and caught in the middle of putting his trip, his TP down. That's easy kill on the Tuis who the stun targeted.
Really had no options, had nowhere to go. Sadak's pressured, finesse in his lap, and the kill goes his way.
Spike planted.
This might be another round heading over in favor of NRG. They've got big numbers here. They have post plants set up. They've got what they're looking for. The wall, Artist with the op. Spotting ahead, not taking it off yet.
Artist has so many nice angles to play around the specific wall that he's putting down.
You have Sam up in showers, cleaning up Kawanzine. And Les in a 1v3 with a flash in his face, with a wall in his face.
And I know where he is.
Yeah, time not on his side, and a miserable area of the map to try to hold.
Some life still here on Bind. NRG are so good, specifically Crashies, with that Trailblazer. They consistently are using something that no other team does, which is the stun from the dog, to find themselves kills.
And the NRG crowd has awoken again.
Sadok's under pressure here. Double satchel coming into bathroom. With a molly as well, so he's trapped in, but he does have that TP.
He turns the flash and gets the kill anyway! I mean, what a freak.
He almost got that one too.
Yeah.
Got one shot out before hitting the TP. Sadok actually showing that that other game was no joke. This is a serious idea here from Loud.
And that he's formidable on the agent. Not just the composition, that's wacky enough, but it's the fact that it's Sadok who's in that role.
The crazy part is, last year, this was NRG's comp. This was the Optic comp.
Good trade back from Artis with the op. But again, all attention from NRG has to be towards B. Kawanzine is here. Aspas has joined. Aspas had joined. He's now dead with the Reckoning. Some space gain.
Welcome to my world.
I mean, they're investing everything here. The Reckoning, the Viper's Pit.
Spike planted.
Loud haven't given them many post-plant opportunities, but the ones that they have been fairly good. Especially when there's no flanks, no serious flank. Right now, Sadok, though, is providing that pressure into the pit from the backside. With that kill, though, I mean, you saw how easily that last round was cleaned up once it became a 4v2.
The numbers are obviously a big
Player
problem here, but
standing.
again, you've got the Sage Wall. You're going to have to navigate around the Viper's Pit.
Free kill.
So many things in their favor to secure the round. A heavy investment from NRG, and it pays off.
That TP goes right back into the spike, I'm pretty sure. That is the second man-down situation now that NRG has put together. The last one that they won was the Crashies 1v2 back on Ascent. They've been struggling when they lose that first pick. And here it's even harder for them to get into that. Artis is not playing that jet. It's starting to pick up that attack side op though, and it's actually paid off in dividends. He's gotten both first kills since he's picked it up. An ace up their sleeve. Judge now bought from Victor. You've seen him multiple times double satchel up into lamps. Sadok gonna join and fight him again. He's denied him before.
Turns that flash. Remember, he did this in the previous round. Start to see some spam come through, and that setup is beautiful. The initial bait off the Judge and the swing from Artis.
Artis up to 4 first kills, 3 since he's picked up that op. He is dominating the server now.
Finesse has to make some work here. Oh, and he's not able to. He tried to reestablish control in showers, but NRG on site equalize anyway. Damage dealt with the Judge, but not enough to get the kill. A 2v2 now. As the spike ticks and you see Crashies re-exploring, trying to take some space in showers. Such an important area of the map to hold in these post plants. And he has filled the space. Waiting now for Loud to make a move, to be the aggressors. All attention on them, and I don't know where those bullets went. It's all on Crashies now. Another 1v2. Can he land it? Yes, he can! The Red Bull clutch for NRG!
This guy is just saving them over and over and over. The work being put in there prior to the clutch.
Last player standing.
Saw him falling though, he had to tuck all the way.
One enemy remaining.
Blast looking to go put down his orb on top of the spike to help Calon. And without the information, he is just perfect in those situations.
But also, I mean, think too, if him not repositioning to showers, he doesn't get that 1v2. He doesn't get the first.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not even just the fact that he's good in the clutches, his awareness of the map in that instance to set himself up to make a play to begin with. I think that's where Crashy shines.
When we had him on the desk, he talked about his form. And obviously for Crashy's, you know, he said, oh, my form's not that good. But honestly, he's been so consistent throughout this entire season. Him and Victor. And Victor's had a little bit of a dip, but Crashes has gone up. Crashes is really solidifying them so many key rounds. If they're able to come back into this game, and in fact this series, I'm looking at Crashes as one of those guys who's just invaluable.
I mean, we looked at some of his stats yesterday, and it wasn't even just compared to the rest of Americas. We were comparing him to the whole, I mean, to everything, right? To all international leagues, and he was top with all of them. He's just been so good this year.
These approaches since that attack side op have been really good. Okay, that cascade, that's exactly what they want with it. Blocks the flash, and they're able to swing where Kalanzine thinks there's nobody. And you can't even hear that like a jet smoke or an omen smoke that goes down. It is much, much deeper than you expect. That's a way to get into the first kill battles.
And that allows Finesse to hold things back showers. Remember, when we first saw that tech, it was off of the Viper Orb. This time it cascades, serves the same purpose.
You're actually allowed to be much faster with it. That orb takes a significant amount of time to get into and block.
You gotta be careful here. NRG are flipping the map. They're gonna be rotating
Sadok's here.
through mid, and you're right.
He only has a headhunter though.
Has posted up. He's got 6 bullets.
The Trailblazer to push him back as well.
Tui's close by. Well, he was close by. And they know. I mean, they've got his position. They know exactly where he is. They're hunting him down. If it's not the Satchels, it's the Roombas. And if it's not that, it's NRG.
Sadok tried something there to pull back his trip as well. So that if they do enter lamps, they don't think he's there. Doesn't even work.
He has a weapon now. You see how devastating a Sage can be in post plants like this? You're down in numbers. You already have a ton to deal with.
Well, I mean, particularly when you're not playing a real anchored setup.
Yeah.
So you can't break this wall significantly fast. Just takes way too long in the post line. It's the rotators who are breaking it.
My ult is ready.
They get some damage.
Time's already gone, but
Yeah.
I mean, if they started that a little earlier, all of a sudden. NRG brought this back to 5. Loud was up so much.
Was it, what, 6-2 at one point?
Last round
Something like
before
that?
the switch.
Yeah, 4 rounds in a row. Talk about a comeback.
And I'm looking at it now.
Right back into the action. Artist with the op. He's got Rez online. Last round of the half. There are a lot of tools for Loud to work with alongside that.
That kill did net Sadok the op last round, remember. This tour de force, he's going to be able to now control A side. He's on top of what normally would be blocking his vision. NRG's actually pulling out the old 100 Thieves wall so that they could go and take elbow control. They've been mostly ignoring the B side on the hits because Les has been a beast, but this time you know they want it.
He's just up by himself. And he deals some damage. He drops Finesse. Now Kalanzine tries getting a little bit more. The Res online. Victor going forward with the ult and punishing the aggression. Parallel walls now sectioning off B. And you're right. Aspas looking for it with an ult of his own.
What?
I don't know how that didn't get a kill. But it's Victor who's still standing. Sadok and Tui's.
Oh, the gun!
Trying to
The
get the team
gun!
up, and Tui's cannot. Betrayed by the barrel is Tui's. And now Sadok with his ult. A tour de force in the face of a 1v4, in the face of the crowd. In the face of the reckoning. Seemingly insurmountable odds. How the heck do you pull this one off? That's gonna help things, but it's a 4K for Victor, and it's 6 for NRG.
5 in a row to end the half. And they got the read. On Ascent, it did not feel like Finesse could get the read. Didn't exactly know how to start to pivot the map. Here, You see it. It's beautiful. Over and over. They're just making the right calls.
It took some time, but they found it. You're right. They got there. A 6-6 half between NRG and Loud. We're going to throw it down to Sean at the telestrator, to break down a play.
Hey, Doug, thank you so much. Yeah, so this was insane because the way this game started off, Loud had a specific game plan. They were going to make Sadak play super aggressive towards this A site on the chamber. And people at home are probably wondering, how did he do this? How did he do this? Well, this is the opening pistol where he places his TP in heaven. That allows him to play by the barrels, which is what he's pinging. But at the start of the round, he plays aggressive shower. He falls off. He can get this pick. But the key thing that Loud is doing on all of these rounds, this is from Sadak's POV, so we don't see NRG, they're quad flanking. He has so much faith in his TP to get him out of these scenarios. He has so much faith in this chamber trip to get info behind a Viper wall, make sure anyone's in U-Haul. And meanwhile, he has a quad flank coming in with a Skydog. It is very, very aggressive coming out of Loud. And in the beginning stages of this game, NRG was not ready for it. On this round, he has a Showers TP. He's aggressively taking the fight towards Shower. And with this double controller comp with a Sage, there's just not enough util to clear him off. And looking at the minimap again, it's very creative yet again. You can see both players here are actually playing ahead of a Viper wall. The standard Viper wall that FNS is using actually creates two lanes, and they actually perfectly block those lanes. So you can see Sadak taking these fights towards Shower, gets his TP out, repositions, still has his trip up. Here's when he has his ult. You can see again, he has his trip in U-Haul. So much control over here. Meanwhile, two people, where are they? They're all the way back, almost flanking the attacker's spawn right now. It's so ridiculous how aggressive Ospas was on this site. But it's because of Chamber and the ability to get this information, TP out, get a kill. And you can see this round, they just shut it down completely. The Harbor ult is basically nerfed with this ult in play, and Loud retake the site. Now this half is gonna be much harder for the Chamber, and I'm really looking forward to how Loud incorporates this on the second half. Back to you guys, Doug and Bala.
Thank you so much, Sean. Always good to hear from him on the telestrator. Again, a 6-6 half on a map that has been historically NRG's playground, but they're being pushed, they're being tested by Loud.
And I think it's super, super important what Sean said about Sadak trying to find value on this attack side. We saw it against CG. It wasn't the greatest. Oftentimes he was alone watching one of the different sides as we get in this tech pause. Sadak looks like a spill.
It would be Sadak, silly man that
Wax
he is.
on, wax off.
Hey, the bottles have caps.
It's on his mouse pad.
It's like going through a swamp.
All right, cleaned up. But it is really, I mean, you saw him struggle even to find good TPs of use. Oftentimes, you had to wait for his team to take some space before going for a TP. And that was where he really did find some value. It wasn't much, but it was something. The other thing, though, is that trip. He's been putting one significantly deeper, and it does allow some control of the flanks compared to what NRG was doing, where they had to put bodies on it.
14-7 for the Chamber, posted up outside of Showers to open up this second half. What do they do? See the early wall out from Sam to deny any aggression towards a short. The Loud have a lot of their attention being here. Trying to feel out where the defenses of NRG are.
That smoke deep cleared.
Aspas is getting a little cheeky here. He's gone up pretty high, pretty far into hookah.
You actually just saw Tui's use a smoke. They're re-clearing through it immediately. And
Oh my God!
he just knows. He heard the flash way back before. And he's so ready for it.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Look at translations later. 5v3 here for Loud, and another pistol. It seems to go their way. This would be the fourth, if I'm not mistaken.
It's so crazy. He just buys a sheriff on this round. On the pistol round, of all things. And they're controlling it all, TPing across
30
too.
seconds left.
Loud will continue their immense streak here unless Sam pulls out some craziness of all the pistols here in this grand final so far.
That's just outrageous. And I really feel like it has been primarily Tui's who's finding these 2Ks in situations like this, and you just saw it there again.
And that was a tough situation for him to deal with too.
Yeah.
He puts his smoke down so that they can walk up to take control of that orb, but it also baits out a flash from Crashies. Because NRG there, after seeing them when he was going for that jiggle, realizes, okay, this smoke, they're gonna try to walk up behind it. Loud had no intentions of that the entire time. And so when Crashies flashed through, didn't find anything, he thought he could go for a reclear. He thought they were long gone. Instead, Tui's is very ready for them.
Very conservative setup from Loud going into this next round, just 2 rifles. Given the success that they've had on the bonuses. I mean, yeah, we're thinking a little bit further ahead here, but it's a very good setup.
Now watch how NRG continue to control the orbs. It's been a big part of their game plan the entire time. Usually Artist will wall one of the sides. Obviously now in the eco. So want to fully invest that. But they have gained an orb for Victor, who's now 3 into this game. And on the ecos, that's kind of the wins that you can take.
One down.
That's a big win. Les actually got naded off there. That's why he TP'd. That's why he jumps in.
Yeah.
And Finesse is there to receive him.
It was the timing on that was great because Tui's was not far off. But the position allowed Finesse to isolate the fight, get the kill, and then get away. Now they have 3A, which is where it seems like the spike is headed. Sam's playing in U-Haul. He's got a shorty.
30 seconds left.
Hey, the new angle.
Victor's gonna have to do some damage with that Sheriff. Not able to connect on the opening shots. Looking
Back
for
up.
the second. Flashed up, backing off. And now you start to see some of those guns come through for Loud.
And Sam had to swing there inside of lamps. Not able to take that shorty and use it to good. Instead, again, Loud will have a pretty clean anti-eco here.
And also worth noting, not only is it going to be pretty clean, but the one that they did drop was not the rifle. Right, so they are going to carry the Phantom, they are going to carry the Bulldog into the next round.
Toxins going up.
I mean, more importantly, too, Tui's has his ult. It's such a huge key. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see both Les, Sadak, actually all 3, Les, Sadak, and Tui's buy up in this next one. To try to use that orbital strike and bring it another bonus round conversion, because they're really good so far. 2 out of 3. We're approaching that 4th one.
Those bonuses have been such a problem so far. And I know it's early, but if they continue to execute, you're right, they have all the makings for one here.
Really the first time all season Loud have really had some regional support from them, from the crowd in LA here. They've been so far away from home the entire time. Other teams struggled with that fact. But here they are in the grand finals, experience at these things now, despite having 2 rookies on the team.
Well, not only that, they seem to be making Pine their home too. With an opportunity to make America's their home in a massive way. There's Orbital Strike invested. Finesse is behind it. Oh, that Molly's gonna give his position away. He felt all the pressure. They knew where he was. He finds no value. Can Crashies do anything? Patient on the trigger. Looking for a second, not able to deliver. And now 3's up. Spike not out. Artist on the flank. Can he find the timing? Can he find the space? Waiting to see if they're gonna rotate away while Sam's decapitated on site. Leaving Victor and Artist to do this all on their own.
Tui's just fake tap the orb
Wait.
while Artist is on the flank. I mean, come on. Doesn't get the kill though.
Damage still dealt. They're gonna equalize this thing.
Really haven't seen any big clutches demanded of the Loud players so far this series. Cal and Z now.
1 enemy remaining.
This 1v2 would be
30
big.
seconds left.
It would require a 4K for him. 77 HP, Artist on the swing. Manages to get across. With 23 seconds left, he decides he's flipping the map.
Artis had a chance here to TP after he realized that there was a fake tap. But without doing that, Countsy still has to have that in his mind. Artis could have done that while he was way away and couldn't hear it. So many places. Usually in this situation, Countsy can reposition anywhere, but Artis now actually has that advantage with the new TP system.
Can they win this out again? Wall to buy some space. The tap from Artis. Countsy now swinging around, looking for the kill, and the Latvian delivers for NRG.
Many moments for these NRG players to step up so far. And each opportunity, they strike hard. There again, Artis, that wall was really perfect in the clutch to not only allow for a dynamic situation where Countsy really doesn't know how to place his crosshair, but also just misdirection. You really don't know how that wall is placed on the other side. And if you were Lamps, you're scattering over to the other side, rushing in case that was a full tap.
They force his hand, and off of that, NRG avoid another disastrous bonus.
Getting the ults up right now for Victor. Only bought a stinger up. And yeah, they avoided the bonus, but lost so many. So you could see the buy is super rough from these NRG players.
A costly victory. But an opportunity to get another here off of that showstopper. Can Victor find value? You see the setup from NRG, it's just 2A. It's just Finesse, it's just Som, and Finesse has fallen.
It's perfect. Clearing, knowing that that is a judge position for sure with the low money.
And how prolific he is at it too.
Wow. I mean, they're peppering the util in the back of sight here.
And Victor has slipped the net. He's gotten in through showers, but Sada can never give him the space up, so he's gonna be on this late flank.
There it is.
It's gonna be a 1-for-1 off of the ult. Som looking for it with Guardian, not able to deliver it. It's another clutch opportunity for NRG. For Crashies, who's gonna find the first. It's free. Can he find the second? In the face of the bullets, the flash over the top, the spam through. 49 HP, still so much to do.
30 seconds left.
And they're all gonna swing wide.
If Sadak doesn't get the kill there, Tui's actually just gave up the double peek. But you can tell, it's controlled in these moments. They want to stop these clutches from going NRG's way, and there you see it. They start to have that discipline.
Spike down A. One.
They continue to hold the lead. Where it actually has felt like NRG has started to turn on their bind. But even with that, losing all those players on that bonus instantly puts them in a weird position in the next round. They lose this one, and now they're actually still in a weird position economically. And Chet will have to figure out how to adapt the game plan on this defense, because it has been mostly the same sort of thing that you're doing, controlling the orbs on both sides, going for a wall, some sort of control early. That re-clear as well that got punished on pistol. Chet might be one of the most accomplished coaches in the world at this point. Last year, he got top 3 at every single event with his core.
It's quite the resume.
But you're still asking a lot right now against who, in my mind, Fraud has come out and become a top 5 coach easily. And with the pedigree that he has as well, you know he's thinking about the same adjustments that Chet is. It's all about execution when it comes down to it. And then the mid-round.
2-round lead for Loud. See the pings on the minimap. They want to go aggressive towards showers, and that's where NRG is. They have 3 here, just pistols and 1 stinger for Artis. Victor the first to fall in the face of the Trailblazer. They have to give the space up. And you see it, they instantly turn towards Teleporter to see if there was going to be a crunch, if there was going to be a pinch.
On these eco rounds, you have to expect things like that. Som comes in with the high tide though, and they do start to stack over. Finesse gets called from that B side, while Crashes continues to jiggle. Sonic just pulled his trip back, and that's a huge shot there from Som. Walking into it to try to maybe retrieve a weapon.
Oh, another? Oh, he tried swinging off of the stinger. Out of position to make some damage. Not able to convert. Sadak on the swing, and that looked rough. But Aspas saved the day there. Crashies
planted.
once again in a clutch situation. This time, nothing but a classic. In the face of the Phantoms, an earthen pod among the brass. Can he find success with it? Can he upgrade? Can he do anything? He's been spotted, and that's just too easy for 2Es.
The anti-clutch there. Out of 2Es. Super solid. Just an eco though. Yeah, there was really no chance. Maybe if Crashies had gone on a flank, but you don't know how they're gonna reset up in the post plant, so it's much safer to just approach from where you can start to get information off the jiggle peaks from the other team. NRG's defaults really have not changed. The setups just consistently the same here. Crashies and Finesse on this side of the map, with the rest trying to hold on to Lamp as much as possible.
Sadak looking for a quick one with the op in this round.
And
Wow.
if I'm NRG here, I'm looking to do some early prodding it long at Hookah and then fall off and play full retake with Psalm's Reckoning.
It's a deep nade. Victor tucking, staying alive, and 2Es on the counter. That 1-2 punch is just so devastating.
That timing's so unlucky for Victor. He just stepped into the nade's position.
Yeah. Finesse getting spammed once again. The gun giving him away. And that's a cue for Aspas to go. They haven't even picked up the spike, but I mean, the site's all theirs. And they even have less to hit the late flank. This is surgical.
And again, Finesse falling early in that round. He's getting mauled.
30 seconds left.
That was clean.
That's 2Es from window. I thought it was
I thought
Aspas.
so too.
I was like, how did that hit? That's crazy.
And this is what I mean about this late flank. Look,
Oh my
NRG
goodness.
are already calling to save. And Les is behind them. Not able to get any of the kills, though. Position given away. The question is, do Loud hunt? Do they go?
They're hunting. They're completely giving up the spike right now, except for Sadak, who does stay with his TP. Ooh.
All of a sudden, Aspas not feeling nearly as confident in this fight. Outnumbered, and I mean, you even see it, the rest of Loud not pushing forward. And look at their, I mean, their money's not great. I don't know that they can really afford to do this, but they're gonna try anyway.
They're hungry. Imagine one of these guns gone.
Yeah.
That's another eco forced out of NRG. So it makes a big deal there.
Stay in range of my stim beacon.
And bigger
Load
too,
them
Psalm
down.
did not have any room for extra ult orb, so he already had his ult. Meanwhile, Aspas gets his ult online too.
30 seconds left.
So just taking that duel, that extra duel, nets them that. Loud. They don't quite force the eco out. They still have those 2 hero rifles, and it's a full force for NRG. They've actually put them in an uncomfortable position here. This right here is a match-breaking round, and Victor instantly TPs, I think because that Flash didn't actually spot anything, so he wants to maybe find something with that wall out.
A little bit of info attempting to be gathered while Les is in a brutal spot. Just one gun.
I love it. In the mid-round here, especially with Artis having that res. Just take a duel. They even out the situation instantly and still take down Les too.
Sadak has knifed his way through the wall. Has the position to make a play in showers. Meanwhile, the deep flash out from Crashies late in the round, confirming some suspicions.
Oh, he's got the op too. This could be a surgical blade.
Does he hold the scalpel, or is it going to be one out by the judge?
My ultimate is ready.
Much less refined, much less precise, but much more successful.
Launching smoke.
Still tools though. Sadak now with that smoke on lamps has an angle to fight backside.
30 seconds
But the second
left.
slow coming out from Artis as well. just delays so long. Well, Brim smokes last a long time, but
Yeah, they last forever.
they've given him back sight now.
Backside's difficult to hold. Sonic finding one with the op. Repositioning down. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight into U-Haul. In the face of the reckoning, they're gonna go forward.
Oh!
Sonic almost catches one. But NRG find themselves at a 2v2. Finesse has the ult. And it may not matter at this point. He's gonna show up to the play. Maybe find cover around that, but Sam gets 3.
Good attempt there out of Sadak. Uses his TP as a drone, uses his body as a drone. And unfortunately for him, the position's so strong. NRG handled that very well, obviously. That was, again, low buy. They had the 2 hero rifles and then everybody else forced up around that.
One enemy remaining.
Sam in the back of sight, able to pivot over and over and over. Stop fragging for his team. And they do stop NRG. They stop Loud from getting up to match point here. But look at this ults. It's a full house. Every single one so pivotal too.
Just when you think you have them on the ropes,
I've got your trail.
with the financial advantage, you have to deal with that. Victor's done. Sam feeling the pressure. They drop the pit. He's going for it. Aspas up top. Drops Sam. And he's going to continue to scale. He's pushing his way all the way up into spawn. Finesse looking for Sonic. Finds him. Spam through. He was so low.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Tui's try to reflank and go out into this pit, but instead he's actually holding on. That trip went down. Flash just spotted Artis. Can he really make this work?
The Trailblazer finding him too. Tui's falls. Artis continuing to push forward. And remember how far up Aspas got. Crashies, it's gotta be careful! And it's not careful enough! Artis 1v3, 1v2 now! And he cannot deliver! Loud get to map point again!
It's already 1-0. NRG. Again, the economy broke for them. But honestly, they have to try to dig deep here. They don't want to be put in a position where it's their map pick and they lose it, because that makes it a reverse sweep necessary. We saw one this morning in Pacific, but it is so, so, so rare, especially in our grand final scenario.
That's creeping forward, getting some info. Remember, just sheriffs for them. Sam close by.
Satchel out.
Bonk.
Box and screen
But
down.
Les just pushing forward off of that. Meanwhile, Crashy's getting some info, the wall up. Sam gets the kill.
And that's why the high tide is up too. He just randomly spammed with a sheriff, of all things.
Artis is going to get a lot of pressure here on the other side of the wall. In hookah, does he scale forward? Is there the potential for
Might
help
break
from
that.
Teleporter?
Oh. I don't know if they know exactly which position that went towards. Here's the mollies in though. Flashing to protect him. He has a pocket.
They decide otherwise wisely.
They're gonna force their way in. Now that they spotted Finesse just has the sheriff. They're very happy to get in. Cowancy got all the way to elbow. I don't think they know.
He's not just in it, but he's all the way up. He's pushing his way into spawn, and you're right. I don't think they're aware. They've been surrounded. They've been pinched. This smoke, the only thing that's keeping them back. Finesse falls. Cowancy in on the flash, and then the wherewithal to turn around, but Victor beats him. 4v3. 4 NRG. Spike planted now. And the pit. Oh, a devastating prospect. Can NRG do this? They have the numbers. They have a judge for Artis too. They have some positioning. All of Loud is tucked inside their pit. But now Aspas re-exploring. Time is short. Just a couple moments now, they get 2 big ones. Aspas in a 1v4 to try to clean it up himself, and NRG stay alive.
The pressure of that pit, the pressure of the time, and the stakes online. How have they considered and corralled Loud into a fence? That is just ridiculous. That boombot as well, just going off the side. And we're back to the same scoreline that Loud was able to close out Ascent with. NRG still have not been able to recover their economy since a few rounds back, but they are starting to really eat into the bank of Loud. And all those ults were used by Loud. Remember, we had a full house not too long ago.
Som first the wall, then the cascade, the Trailblazer out through, and Sadak still getting the kill onto Artis. That's just so impressive. Second cascade down, and Loud just disrespecting it. They're scaling forward into it. Som flash, turn two! The third for Som!
Spike down A.
Numbers NRG still, and Victor has ult.
Got the spike.
He's gonna be on this late flank, and are they aware? How can you possibly expect that?
Spike planted.
Focusing now on what's before them, and they've gotten two. It's Crashies
enemy remaining.
who's gonna have to clutch it out to keep it alive! And Crashies does not miss! Again!
For the third time this series, he gets a 1v2 in a crucial moment.
One enemy remaining.
How do you do that? Saves their game, potentially the series, but Som 2, the 3K and lamps. 2 rounds in a row with huge impact from the young guy on this team. Before Som started to have those impacts on the first kills to receive those pushes, Loud had 10 first kills in a row. Despite that, the scoreline's still very, very close.
Loud calling a timeout with just a little over 10 seconds left to figure out how they deal the final blow on Bind. How they take a 2-0 series lead into Fracture. It's got to be closed out here because NRG, you're right, they're starting to get things going. You've got a couple of ultimates potentially online in conjunction with the ones that they do have. No gun for Sadak, but 6 headhunter bullets. 22 and 13.
The IGL on Chamber too. It's crazy. 2 big ults here for NRG. Harbor's Reckoning, Victor's Showstopper. And on top of that, Victor's going for the op. We saw a lot of attack side opping from our Artis, but Victor for the first time picking up here. Out of that timeout, definitely could catch them off guard. And they have to stem the bleeding in terms of first kills on this defensive side. Som has been challenging so frequently against this lurk. Less through it though. He's in trouble.
Yes, he is. Meanwhile, Victor getting one with the up and stand! And Victor getting 2 more!
They just hold on. Over and over.
This is the one that I was looking for first because there were 3 pushing up sand, and you mentioned it at the very beginning. Victor with the op holding that angle. He delivers the 1-2 punch of Victor flying across with the ult afterwards. And this place went insane.
It's been 3 gun rounds in a row for NRG. And of course, in the final round of regulation here, we get a tech pause. There's an audio issue on one of the players' sides.
Just dramatic effect at this point. Just want to keep you guys at the edge of your seats. As soon as we get this rectified, we'll get back into the action, and I've just been told, good news, friends, we're back. Jumping right back into things. Last round of regulation, a reckoning in the hands of Som, the op still for Victor.
Final round, guys. You've been fantastic all day long. Let's make some noise. One more round.
One more round for Loud. Couple of bolts close by. The op in the hands of Victor again. Trailblazers traded. And the moment tense. For Loud, an opportunity to take down NRG on their best map.
This battle between Psalm and Les has been so key. Sonic was taking it earlier, but they've swapped Les onto it. We've seen how hungry he can get with those lurks, but it's a dangerous affair now that Psalm has really downloaded you. Remember, he still has that reckoning. Whenever NRG want to fall back into a retake, they can, but so far they want to take this challenge.
How bold does Artist stay? There are 3 here. Oh, he's flashed. He can't see a dang thing, but Victor's still getting the opener with the op. Looking for the second. Tucking in the smoke and peeking right back into Aspas.
What a play!
Unreal! 3v2 now, and they still have the reckoning. Now showing up. Victor has elbow control. Kawanzine and Les forced to pull a miracle to keep them out of overtime. And it's now 2. It's now 1. Can Sam do it on his own? 1, but not able to get the second. Heavy the crown, but steady the vision for Loud. They put NRG on series point.
So fast into this grand finals. We look on stage and we see a team 1 map away from maintaining an undefeated record in regional titles. They've gone for every single one.